Shaun, thanks very much for your time. A point is a point, but there's some mixed reaction. What's the players' reaction?
I think it's probably a bit similar to what you just said. The manager was pretty disappointed, as we are, that we went 1-0 up and conceded from a set piece. But I think generally with some of the chances that Burnley had and that we had after that, I think a draw was pretty fair to do.
Yeah, you've tried passing the ball about, getting the ball into the penalty area, but when you're playing a side like Burnley, tall, physical, sometimes it just doesn't come off, does it?
I think the way that the defence, some of the midfield, when they did get us forward players in the final third, I think we just didn't make enough of those opportunities. I think particularly first half we got in maybe half a dozen times. Myself being one of them, just didn't make the right decision. And I think that was probably the difference in the first half. Second half was a pretty scrappy game. I don't think either side really controlled the game. We certainly didn't. But yeah, there was parts of the first half pretty disappointed with once we got actually into the final third.
There was a few negatives there, but what positives do you take from the game as a player?
Positive again, I think just overall from the last, 6 to 8 weeks since the man just came in, it's just been a massive turnaround in the way that the squad, the supporters, there's a feeling of optimism now. We do believe we can stay in this league. We'll obviously have to improve on today's performance, but I think generally the feeling is that we've got that optimism and we can do it.
It was his 6th game in charge, but when a point like this comes for a new manager, is that something where he can take a step back and sort of evaluate and think, how do we get this right for next time?
I don't think the manager's really going to take a step back. It's just constant. There's an intensity about him every day at training. We'll go through what we didn't do right today. I think he was pretty disappointed with parts of the game, as we were. We didn't play as well as what we'd hoped. But again, I think the spirit we showed in terms of sort of staying in the game, I think the manager was pretty pleased. But yeah, we can certainly improve, but there's been some pretty dark moments during this season, and it doesn't feel anything like that under this manager.